Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is for Donald John Trump. And my question is, what will he be doing on his way out? Like during this transition, during his lame duck period. What is actually going on? Okay, so the first question is the forces that are in motion, his challenges, what he's planning, what he'll actually be doing, his karma. Will he be successful with what he's planning and doing, and his future? Okay. And then I may layer the Lenormand over it if I need to, but let's just see. So the forces in motion with the Queen of Cups is that America has spoken, and we care for a much different future than what he offered. His challenge with the Ace of Cups is that he's still numbing out and having a really hard time going within and feeling his feelings. These are blocked and repressed emotions, and that won't get a person anywhere when they're trying to heal. Okay, what he's planning? Well, he has some new plan. So definitely I'll have to layer the Lenormand to get more information there. What he's doing? He's chained and tied to getting his own way, and it's all about money and what he thinks is some semblance of power. So he'll literally make a deal with the devil, make a deal with anybody to get what he wants. Successful or not? Nope. That's the karma that's hanging over him, to be restricted. But with that Eight of Swords reversed, sometimes it can be a release and where you're like open to a new perspective. So that's his karma. Successful or not? Well, no, he's still at a stalemate. So this could have him bound up even tighter because he's not going within. You know, if you ever get the Eight of Swords, there's a real need in order to get to the truth is to go inside, self-reflect, understand how you got to where you are, ascertain, try to discern as to what your part is, what's your part in it. Like, is it from your false beliefs and there's wounding that's just up to heal? Or did you actually do something? Or is this your own self-sabotage? But the way to work through it is to get out of your head and get into your emotional body and understand what's going on. That's why her hands are, or her arms are bound up and there's a blindfold on, is because the task there is to go within and try and understand what's really truly going on the emotional level. It's where her feet are in the water. There's a real need to understand. And maybe she got thrown out of the castle and she's asking herself, why? What did I do? Well, when it's reversed, there's a lack of that inward reflection. You're stuck in your head. Your head's like down. You have not let go of your head. So his karma is to spin in that restricted place. And success or not, this is not a successful card. This is a card with the moon in Libra and the Two of Swords. It's all about needing to make a choice. But again, like this card reversed, with the Ace of Cups reversed and this card, we're both the same meaning as a stalemate emotionally. So that's that's a problem. His future, there's some hidden agenda, or there's something hidden from him. Now, the only card that has me worried here or concerned at all has to do with America's security secrets, possibly. But again, I wonder what he really knows and what have they kept from him, because, you know, in the past he's been untrustworthy. So people, you know, like top military secrets. Then again, you know, he's making that deal with Saudi Arabia, or he has made a deal already. And I guess, you know, Congress approved some of it a long time ago, but then it went back and forth, and he vetoed their, you know, their decision to only give so much. But, you know, anybody could, like if you're Russian intelligence and you got one of those stealth planes, you know, you could take the plane apart and figure out all the kinds of secrets that America has kept, you know, enwrapped into, you know, what is most sacred for security, you know, purposes. But there's a greater calm. That's the other thing too. This reading is just as much for us, because the forces that are in motion is that we're in a much safer, calmer place, because for sure Joe Biden is president and Kamala Harris is, you know, Joe and Kamala, they are our new leaders. They're in charge. So he's planning something new, and of course he's still tied to darkness, and he's doing dark things, you know, to get what he wants. But this, to me, is not a successful card, and neither is this one. You know, karma can be successful or not. This is not successful. But he is released from his position. But this is for success in the future. This is not it. And then in the future, or successful, but in the future, so this is not successful. And in the future, I think this is saying that he is silenced somehow, or that he doesn't really have anything to give, even though he's acting like it. So let me make some room here and use the Lenormand to get some more answers. So here's his challenge, just the repressed emotions, but, you know, the forces in motion is that we have safety for once in a long, long time. Actually, let's do it this way. So the forces in motion. With the whip, I think he's fighting to get what he wants. And then we're still fighting for, you know, for our safety, because until the whole transition's done, it is a little bit of a security risk. Although I don't know how much, because I really don't know how much he's been told. Okay, so let me draw one more for this. Forces in motion. Yeah, this is him. And he's still abusing. He's abusing our safety. But his challenge is that there's a strong foundation, and this could very well have to, with a garden public card, it's garden park card, it has to do with the public, but this could also be all the other intelligence communities that help us. You know, there's like the public there's the five eyes. You know, this card back here really just had to do with him, so I'm not going to worry about that anymore. Let's get it out of the way so it's not distracting. Yes, he's still repressed, and he's not doing well. And he'll always be an abuser. You know, we've seen the writing on the wall for so long that there's no need to question his integrity. We know that he would do anything to get whatever he wants, because he's like one of the most selfish people. Let's just get this out of here. But we have our safety in spite of this abusive man, and this is a card of safety. His challenge is that we have the safety of intelligence communities in the public, and like the Five Eyes, you know, they're watching. Wait, let me see. I have notes who the Five Eyes actually are. So it's an intelligence alliance comprising Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and the United States. These countries are parties to the multilateral UK-USA agreement, a treaty for joint cooperation in signals intelligence. Interesting. And then the 14 Eyes refers to the intelligence group that consists of the Five Eyes member countries, plus Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain, and Sweden, participating in SIGINT, you know, that's the signals intelligence, sharing as third parties. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And I remember way back in 2015 when he was running, I remember watching all kinds of, I found all kinds of videos on YouTube that had to do with things that the other countries knew about him, and they were putting it out there. And I particularly remember, I think there was one from Sweden, or it might have been the Netherlands, and it had to do with, they'd been watching what Felix Sater had been doing for years with and for Trump. So it was like an hour-and-a-half video. There was a lot there. So that's why, you know, I was really concerned way back then. But that's still out there, and so they are helping us. There's support here. There's a creative, you know, circle of support and a foundation of safety within our public intelligence domain. So that's beautiful. Okay, so let me get some more as far as what he's actually planning. Yeah, he's just worried about his money. He's just a little piggy Donnie, that's who, yeah, and he's planning to do, or maybe, I don't know, maybe planning, how could he be doing rallies still? But anyway, that's been his focus, is to try and swindle his supporters out of some more money. But of course, you know, that 60% goes to the his lawyers, and that campaign contribution department goes to, you know, just goes to paying off his lawyers, and 40% goes to the RNC. Well, what are they going to do for anybody now? No, I mean, I don't know. If you want to donate to the Republican National Committee, go for it. I mean, if that's your thing, but no, thank you. Okay, so what he's actually doing. So plans are one thing. This is like trying to get money from anybody in the United States. I doubt he has any ability to really do well with that. And I already got clearly in other readings that he's broke. And what is he actually doing? He's making choices. Making choices and maybe trying to see legally what he can do. Maybe he's still making ridiculous choices about the vote. Like, has he not? Well, yeah, he has. He still hasn't let. That's right. Yeah, I'm reading this on November 11th. Oh, happy Veterans Day, everyone. So he still hasn't come to acceptance yet. He still hasn't he still hasn't released himself from the bondage. So he's still, this may very well be him going out trying to do rallies and to get money. He's planning to get money and doing rallies. It's just crazy. And then, but what he's doing is he's still tied into this vicious circle of, addiction, materialism, money. He's still in bondage. So that's what he's actually doing. And then with these two cards, the Crossroads is all about choices, but this can also be traveling. And he may also still be going after trying to find the votes. But it's going to just create more burden and more problems for him. It's not going to be, it won't end up being helpful at all. The cross card, when you're not in your faith and you're not in your own inner authority and you haven't taken self-responsibility for your life, turns into a very painful experience to go through. So he's like guilty of trying to swindle people and make alternative plans about the inroads, whatever, to the vote being on his side. But it's not true, and he's not going to get that. Okay, so let's see. Karma. Well, he's got karma around this, I'm a star kind of thing. And he has a lot of karma with his loyal followers. And, everyone everyone in the United States who has died from the coronavirus, he has karma with them as well. There's widespread, rallies, the super spreaders. Widespread with the stars. Yikes. Okay, so here with... will he be successful or not? Success or not? No, with the mice card, that's a loss. So I don't need to draw any more on that. And his future. I want to know more about this. Well, he won't be successful in getting away with anything because this is a loss. So now I'm not so worried about him selling secrets. I mean, he would, of course, but he may not actually know. Because with the High Priestess, it's very secretive, it's very quiet, it's a silent card. But it is the card of hidden agendas, though, too. If it's reversed, but it didn't come through reverse, so... In the future, I just think that this is his silence, actually. So future. Yeah, he's going to be acting in very selfish ways, even though he's quiet about it. But then something shocking comes in his future. Yes, and it shatters all illusions. It shatters everything. It shatters his illusions. So you guys, I honestly don't see anything to worry about here. If we had anything to worry about, let me show you what cards we would get. If we had anything to worry about, we would have cards like the Sun would be up here, or let's see, maybe like a big fight, a big duel, We didn't get that. We didn't get the card of improvements, as far as him being successful. We don't have the Bear as far as financial. We don't have this at all. And if we would have gotten like the Fox in the future, then yeah, that's stealing, and those there are problems there. Yeah, there are just so many cards that we didn't get for his future. And I remember yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Up here, with his karma, or like what was hanging over him, we had the scythe, which is his removal. Hey, I have a new question. That was my evil laugh, but it's not evil. It's valid. I want to ask, Let me think, which deck? Actually, both of these could give that meaning, or give me an answer. My question now is, will he end up being on house arrest and put under like some type of restriction? Because we did have that 8 of Swords up there restricting him. Will he be during this lame duck transition period? Will he be put on house arrest and unable to speak to other foreign leaders? Will his phone calls be monitored? Will his communication be monitored? Then again, I mean, until January 20th, he's still in charge, but then again, he's done such awful things. He's caused so much division. This is more of a bit of a yes and no. Let's just see, will he be, or yes or no. Will he be restricted, house arrest? What way, if so? Or is he going to be free to do what he wants? So between now and January, so between Veterans Day now and January 20th, 2021. November 11th, 2020 to January 20th, 2021. Will he be restricted? Do the same thing here with the Lenormand. Will he be in house arrest or restricted? How's it going to go for him? Now that we know what he's going to be doing on his way out, what are the conditions? Okay, so with the tarot, for him, restricted or not, forces in motion, challenges. Instead of what he's planning, what are his conditions that are hanging over him? These cards up here are going to be weighing down on him. So what are the conditions around him? And his control or not. And how he's going to handle it and his future. Okay. Yeah. All right, so Queen of Pentacles. There's a lack of being able to follow through with family commitments. His challenges with the Four of Pentacles reverse, my goodness, that brings in him just really holding on for dear life, being really, really greedy and really, feeling like he really has to protect himself. Okay. And then the forces that are hanging down over him, goodness, with the moon, he's in a lot of fear. That's weighing down on him is fear. The fear of his future is what I'm getting. And what's also weighing down on him is our military that will come in and take him away in handcuffs if he doesn't leave, according to the laws of the land. Karma, yeah, he and his whole family with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. That's a terrible, it's a financial failure right there. And then there's a complete obstacle to any type of collaboration, any type of, teamwork. And in the future, he is not successful. And this may even be a medical issue, because we're talking, the vital life forces have turned against you. So I don't feel like I need to layer the Lenormand. Well, let's see. Unless I could make some more room here. I'm trying to think, are there even any little Lenormand cards that show like locked in? Well, there's a couple. Let's see what we get. Forces in motion. Yeah, he's it's just about the money with him. But of course he's not getting it. His challenge is that I don't think he can get away. Because this is about moving across the land and being mobile. I don't think he can because it's in the challenge position. Okay, so now the forces that are laying down over him are laying down on top of him. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yeah, no, okay, so I don't think he's going to be going anywhere. I mean, I don't think we have to worry about him getting away or even being able to sell any secrets because again, we have like the 5 eyes and the 14 eyes, and this is like the support of that community watching him. And yeah, and he's afraid. And then because he's really selfish, you know, it's kind of like trying to herd a cat. It's not that easy, but the military can come in and do whatever they have to do. So that's weighing down on him as well. His selfishness has got him in this position where he's really stuck. And yeah, and the place where it would be dangerous for him to try to do anything because they would see his abuse, especially if it were to be, you know, with a foreign influence. And his future is a great burden. A great burden. So that has to do with communication. I think he's burdened by the communications, the tweets, you know, the way he has put himself out there in the past and the choices that he has. I think, yeah, he does have his loyal followers, but during this lame duck session, he's really burdened, by the documents that are going to need to be put into play for this, you know, transition for Joe and Kamala. And he has to do that whether he likes it or not. This is him and him needing to be loyal to that tradition. Is he going to? What's he going to do? Huh, interesting. Okay, so he's attracted to loss, but then there's all these details of the past, of everything he's done, and he's been one of those types of people who have, you know, destroyed documents. They used to just tear everything up and all kinds of shredding going on, and then here we are again with this broken mirror. So it's, yeah, everything is just a big loss for him at the end. But I don't see him getting away. Although this is a travel card, but he doesn't have any, with the 3 of Pentacles here behind it, he doesn't have any teamwork to help him accomplish that. And we don't have like the stork or any other card that would show him actually, you know, moving across the land and trying to get away. Because that's his challenge, is to get away, and he can't. So I think that we can rest easy knowing that, yeah, he's not gonna do anything to make the transition easier, you know, because he's at a loss there, and we will have, you know, as Americans experienced for the first time in history, when it's all said and done, you know, we will have seen like the worst of the worst, and that's the lesson that we need. We need new laws so that there cannot be a person like this in the White House ever again. And remember, Eric Swalwell has that Presidential Powers Commission that he's, Presidential Crimes Commission that he's putting together. So whatever's been shattered from the past that has created a loss, this is all Donald Trump's future. It's like a loss and a broken pattern. And probably this has to do with him being seduced by just the money. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling to find anything else here. I mean, yeah, he can travel if he wants and later on with his loyal followers or whatever, but I feel like his honor is just broken. Like it's just not, and then he might get sick again. We definitely know he's mentally ill, that's for sure. Right? I mean, yeah, and here we get the honor, yeah. There's a real illness to his honor. There's something that's not working right, He's down, he's flat. He's flat. His honor and his reputation are at a loss, and everything's broken open. And it's also, this could be this club that he's in, with these greedy GOP members who are, a third of the Republican senators and congressmen are owned by Russian oligarchs who directly work right under Putin. So there's that. So maybe that's part of this like collaboration with foreign people. Like that's weighing down on him. Because remember, all these cards up here were about what's weighing down on him. So this could be the guilt for messing with the vote. Calling, saying that there's all this voter fraud when there wasn't. But he still has his loyal followers, but it's all broken open for them because they've just been so seduced by his, what they thought some kind of star power, and it's all a big lie. So, okay, well, that's all I have. I just wanted to touch in and see, how it's going to go. So remember, this is good. This reading is good for, because I set the intention very strongly to be good through the transition. So I don't see a problem here with the transition at all. I just see it's not going well for him, and he's locked in. He might have... well, let me use really quickly, let's see if the Kipper would show, because there is an imprisonment card. I'll just draw 3 cards and see whether we get that. Will he actually be, I just have that weird little curiosity. Will he actually be on some type of house arrest? I didn't see up here with these other cards that he was being monitored and watched. We didn't get the eye card. But I also didn't see that he would be successful. Okay, so will he be under any type of house arrest, imprisonment? Well, so that's the White House. The official person could be him. But that could be somebody else that kind of watches over him. But again, here he is with that poverty card again. He's really broke. Maybe it's one of those things where they're just following the money and then they understand. Oh, he's going to court right after he gets out. And this with the community card, that has everything to do with a lot of lawsuits from all over the place. So court, there are lots of lawsuits based on, the financial problems from the past. Yeah, so but again, I don't see imprisonment, but we did have that in his reading before. So that could come after there's some court cases. Or it could just be the imprisonment card can just be like a real, restriction. But we can safely say that even though he's in the White House until the 20th, it's official that he's broken. He's going to be going to court, and there's going to be multiple lawsuits. I lost track of how many lawsuits there are, state lawsuits against him. And it has to do with, money that he's tried to bring in. This could have to do with the Emoluments Clause, the 25th Amendment. There could be lawsuits about that. And so many family members of his and his people, his GOP cohorts, they're in violation of the Hatch Act because they've used resources, governmental resources, to further their own agendas. Mike Pompeo is definitely in there. So, okay, well, that's all I have for this. I can't think of any other questions or any other angles I can question this whole thing from. So I can't really say that he's on house arrest. But he'll be gone January 20th, no matter what. Whether he goes out with a military escort in handcuffs, like Theodore wants to see. Hi, Theodore. And like he's been visioning. He keeps getting the vision. He's been getting that vision for a long, long time. I hope you're right. Okay, but that's all I have for this. You guys take good care. And like I said, happy Veterans Day. Okay, bye.